No, 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 Batman.
Not so fast, old chum. But we're in a hurry, Batman. Jaywalking is extremely hazardous, especially at night. Gosh, you're right. Quickly, Robin, to the crosswalk! Hi, old chums, I'm Bobby, and welcome to Dusty Old Movies. I grew up loving the Adam West Batman TV show, and I was never more excited for a movie as I was Batman, Return of the Caped Crusader. I read every piece of news. I watched every trailer multiple times, and then when the day came, when it was in theaters for one day only, I had a terrible flu. I had no business being anywhere but in bed, but I wanted to see Batman, so I went to the theater anyway. I slept for the next 2 days, but it was totally worth it. And not only met my expectations, it kapowed them away.
In groovy 1966, the lighthearted Batman series became an instant hit on ABC. Adults loved its unique and campy comedy style. Kids loved the adventure and the pow-bam action scenes. And everyone was just batty over Batman. There were toys, a Batman dance craze, a Batman hairstyle, and it transformed these comic book characters into pop culture icons.
However, some comic book fans felt the TV show hurt the character in the long run and made it impossible for anyone to take Batman seriously again. I don't know what they can mean. They wish the series would just go away, and for a while, it looked like they were getting their wish. 20th Century Fox owned the TV show, but Warner Brothers owned the Batman characters. So for years, there was no Batman merchandise and no DVDs. Holy Greek tragedy. All we had were reruns on TV, but they often had missing scenes to accommodate more commercial time.
Meanwhile, director Christopher Nolan made the hugely popular Dark Knight trilogy, and Batman was officially a dark and brooding character in the public consciousness. Suddenly, the TV show was no longer a threat to Batman's image, and after the release of The Dark Knight Rises, a Bat miracle began to happen.
Warner Brothers Studio and 20th Century Fox finally came to an agreement and released a new line of 1966 Batman action figures. Surf's up, baby! Then they came out with a new comic book series called Batman 66, which had the same campy tone of the series and featured character designs that resembled the original TV actors. Finally, they came out with the DVDs and Blu-rays. People were in love with the 60s Batman all over again. And Warner Brothers still had one more surprise for us.
A brand new animated Batman movie starring the original TV actors. Adam West as Batman, Burt Ward as Robin, and Julie Newmar as Catwoman. Like the Batman 66 comic book, the characters were designed to look like the original TV actors, except when they couldn't get the likeness rights. The original actors, the new actors, and the crew were all set to recreate the magic of the classic TV Batman. Catwoman, the Joker, the Penguin, and the Riddler have reunited, and have stolen Professor Nichols' new invention, the Replica Ray, which has the power to duplicate anything. Batman and Robin go out to foil these fiends, but the villains get the better of our heroes. Catwoman scratches Batman with her drug Batnip to turn Batman into a villain like herself. However, it works slowly, and he becomes more diabolical than even Catwoman ever imagined. Will Batman be able to save Gotham City while facing the fiendish effects of Batnip? Will Catwoman and Robin be able to save Batman from himself? Will the villains get away with their dastardly crimes? Holy Al Capone, I sure hope not!
What I love so much about this movie is it captures the best of the original series while still being original. When you think of the Batman show, you remember the pow and the bam during the fight scenes, the na-na-na-na-na-na-na theme song, the jokes, and that super serious acting style. And it's all there. When I was in that theater and that first scene came on, I remember thinking, my God, they got it! First position, second position, third position. Gosh, Bruce, kids don't ballet dance. I feel ridiculous in these tights. Dick, the discipline in ballet promotes balance, stability, and strength, all useful things in our never-ending fight against crime. Gee willikers, I never thought of it that way. They got it and they kept it throughout the whole movie. Now, when they made the original series, they had to turn those shows out pretty fast, so sometimes the writing quality could vary from episode to episode. But here, they had more time, and really got the most out of that unique Batman humor.
Like the tone, the visual design is also done in a similar style as the classic TV show. But, just like the Batman '66 comic book, they also do new things that could have never been done on the series because of the limited budget. At first, the film was like the greatest trip ever down memory lane. But then, they take the story in a completely new direction.
As a result of the Batnip, we finally get the full-on evil Adam West Batman. Commissioner Gordon, Chief O'Hara, I've been trying to figure out why you two are in charge of anything. Surely you jest, Batman. It's you who jest by calling yourselves police officers. Begorra. As a result of the evil Batman, they actually explore Batman's bond with Alfred, Batman's relationship with Robin, and the love between Batman and Catwoman, and what they're willing and not willing to do for each other. All of these things were present on the show, but here they're brought to the forefront. Because they captured the original so well, the new things don't seem out of place. On the contrary, they actually make it one of the most personal and interesting Bat adventures that we've ever been on. And so do the characters.
Na retro!
The great thrill of the movie is having the 3 original actors back. And the main one is the 88-year-old Adam West. Holy Batasaurus! He's trying not to, but Adam does sound a little older, but not 88. But more importantly, he totally captures that character again. He's still got that great positive attitude and the daring do, but then he starts to become evil. Now, what distinguishes the Adam West version is that he truly believes the villains, like the Joker and Egghead, can be rehabilitated.
Look at those model citizens.
When the Batnip starts working, he loses that faith and hope in humanity, and thinks that he's the only competent person around, and decides to take over Gotham City, and then the world! I used to think I dressed like a bat to instill fear in the Gotham supercriminals. But recently I realized I just crave attention! And if you change your channel, or worse, turn off your TV, your set will explode!
Adam West is hilariously awesome as the evil Batman, but it's dramatic too, because it's the innocent hero we love turning bad. The other part of the dynamic duo is Burt Ward as Robin. When he was cast on the show, it was not because he was a great actor. It was because he was exactly what the producers imagined Robin to be, and they said just be enthusiastic and be you. That's why he seems so genuine.
And holy facelift, he sounds the exact same way! He still has that excitement and naive wholesomeness, and him and Adam West still have that great chemistry together. And even though it was often underused on the series, they also show off his great chemistry with Julie Newmar as Catwoman. Remember, I'll be watching your every move, you hateful hussy! Kid, I always suspected you did. Julie is still in character, and she still gets that sexual wiliness. But she does sound the oldest of the 3. But thankfully, it's not like Holy Harold and Maude, because when she flirts with Batman, we know that Adam West is old too. And Robin is supposed to sound younger, so that dynamic still works.
Sadly, almost all of the other original TV actors have passed away. But the new ones do a good job. Lynn Marie Stewart as Aunt Harriet sounds remarkably like Madge Blank. Longtime Batman fan, Wally Wingert doesn't have the same voice of Frank Gorshin, but the laugh is perfect. And Jeff Bergman at times sounds just like Cesar Romero. On the other glove, William Sailors doesn't sound or even look like Burgess Meredith, which is weird because they use Meredith's likeness in the Batman '66 comic. Instead, he's more like a generic penguin, like the type that might appear on Scooby-Doo.
Feisty feline, soon you'll be a diva declawed. Quack, quack! That approach is close enough to the '60s show, so it still works for me. Also working for me is the referential humor.
Na groovy.
The TV show always had little references to pop culture, like when different celebrities would pop out of the window during bat climbs, or when they would have character names like John E. Carson. So referential humor is part of that world, but here, most of it is with other forms of Batman.
At one point, there's a prison escape scene, and we get cameo appearances by almost all of the other villains from the TV show. Also, there are references to the Dark Knight films and the 90s Batman movies.
You want to get nuts? Quack! Come on, let's get nuts!
Going deeper into Batman's history, Batman is on a show called Gotham Palace, and Adam West guest starred on the show Hollywood Palace. And it's implied that Aunt Harriet thinks that Bruce and Dick are gay, which was written about in Frederick Wortham's book, Seduction of the Innocent.
The references are cleverly and naturally written in, so if you don't get it, it won't interfere with your viewing. But the more you know about Batman, the more you'll find. And it makes it so much fun, because you're always going, oh, look what they did there! And it makes it a nice tribute to Batman overall, because it shows that everything is part of the history of this wonderful character.
The movie was designed to be strictly direct-to-video, but ended up having a premiere at New York Comic Con, and was released into theaters as a one-day-only Fandango event. In general, fans of the classic TV show loved this movie, and a few have even commented that it's even better than the show itself. A sequel is also in the works that will feature original Star Trek's William Shatner as Two-Face. This is an especially groovy villain choice because they had planned to do Two-Face on the original series, but the idea was dropped because they thought the makeup would be too scary for kids.
Most movies are just made to make money. This was made because someone loved the classic 1966 Batman TV series, and it shows in every frame of it. I couldn't have asked for anything better. So I give it 4 aging actors out of 4. Thank you for watching Dusty Old Movies, and have a retro day!